Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
What do you think of Mathras?
I think he's absolutely unique. I have always loved history and history books. But he actually lived through history. It's just incredible. There is so much we can learn. His knowledge could allow us to better understand what happened in our past. We could learn from the...
Do you really think he's immortal?
Oh, I'm convinced of it. You only have to look at him. He's so cultured and has so much knowledge.
Something to do with our decomposing friend?
Yes, he won't talk to me about his romantic experiences. I managed to get a lot of stories about battles and all sorts of historical... It's not that I want to pry into his intimate life, but I do wonder why...
I could always ask him for you. See you later. Since you arrived, the enemy seems to be aware of our...
Truly. Surprising that they haven't yet arrived here to destroy them. In any event, I do feel sorry for you. One doesn't seem to be able to put one's trust...
You don't understand.
But I understand perfectly, my dear boy. I'd merely hoped that you were above this. Since my arrival here, I've been surrounded by your friends. I have not once left the camp, and no one deigns to speak to me of strategy. Thus, it seems obvious that these suspicions are unfounded. You know, since arriving here, I have the odd feeling...
A turnip field?
Yes, it must be all the superior intelligences that surround us. Trust me, child. You should leave this area.
You would know more about the Dead Walkers than us. Who do you think the spy is?
Walking around in a dead body doesn't make one an expert on all other dead things, young man. But I have learned to trust my experience, something that you, despite your youth, should attempt to do also. I imagine we could quite... Firstly, the traitor must be able to enter and leave the camp without me. Then, it must be someone who can observe your comings and goings without drawing attention. Lastly, it is someone who knows your plans. Someone who knows your military command. That alone excludes a large number, particularly the undead here. In your place, I should go and question the camp watchman.
Thanks for the tips. I'll get right on it. Let's change the subject. Who are you exactly?
I am Mathras. Immortal and unique.
Right. So why aren't you out there hanging out with your Deadwalker friends?
First of all, I don't have any pals. I'm a little too old for that. Secondly, I find your implication that I'm associated with them most unpleasant. I've been around for over 6,000 years, and I'm still very much alive, thank you. I admit this body...
6,000 years old? Hey, you don't look a day over...
You flatterer. I did, however, lose a toe this morning. Nonetheless, these dead walkers are simply caught, whereas I am an immortal spirit who changes bodies when they wear out. There's...
That's awful. You steal bodies?
Alas, voluntary donations are hard to come by. If you hear of any, do let me know. I'm on the lookout. But if it reassures your delicate sensibility...
We need to talk about your style.
What would you like best? Perhaps I should use Espehor the Ancient's fighting technique. Or something more visceral, like that.
Maybe. Hey, don't change anything.
My boy, you must learn to make decisions. You're really quite fickle, you know. Or are you? You know what?
I want to ask you a couple of questions. How are things with Sybil?
What a charming young girl. Her hunger for knowledge reminds me of myself in the distant past, when I was young and still living in my first body. I imagine that if I still felt any physical desires, I would happily give her a good few hours of one-on-one experience. And it seems to me that she's rather more interested in getting your attention. At any rate, she is by far the most interesting red scribe I've met in the past 300 years, though I fear that may not be much of a compliment, given that...
Why won't you tell Sybil about your love lives?
I wouldn't have thought you'd be interested in the prurient questions of that young girl. It seems to me that my sexuality is my own business, as well as which I suspect my stories will...
Come on, then.
I have been alive on Vertial a very long time, and before I lost all desire of any kind, to recount all my adventures to you in detail would require weeks. Apart from which, it's...
As bad as that?
You doubt my word? Very well. Let me tell you about my 40...
For real? But that's... gross.
And those are some of my cleaner stories. I told you, I've tried everything. Perhaps now you understand my reticence with your...
Exactly. So what should I tell her?
Whatever you wish. I will confirm whatever story you tell.
Why did you come to Carol?
Why not? There's one thing you should know about eternity. So I do my very best to be in the right place at the right...
Fun. You think this is fun?
Well, distracting then, if you prefer. What do you expect? I'm just so bored.
What happened to the Elven King?
I think he was simply lacking in strength of will. They transformed him into an arch-lich. It's a particularly delicate and extremely dangerous magical process. It can only be performed on an elf, and then...
How so?
Elves have many flaws, but most of them do have them. If an elf believes he is going to be tortured to make him reveal the secrets of his people, for example, he can... It would seem that this king was desperate to continue living at any price, rather than dying with honor. That is what allowed them to tell...
In 6,000 years, have you ever...
Honestly? Well, no. You are, as you might put it, fucked. And it is this seemingly insignificant detail, this flap of a butterfly's wing, which may eventually This demon, as you call it, has never before walked the earth. Neither he, neither it, nor any other of its kind. Consequently, and in spite of the evident futility of such a sentiment, there may be grounds for you to feel a slight glimmer of hope. That is, of course...
Well, that's comforting. Do you have any idea about what I am becoming?
In all my long lives, I've never seen your like. Even the term demon seems... I have seen real demons. When I lived as a war drum player amongst the dwarves.
Dwarves are just legend. You're Yank...
It would be churlish to mock someone when it is so easy. Thus the dwarves did exist, and I was once one of them. They used to use these little creatures. They were little red creatures with tiny horns and a wicked air about them. You see, they were able to survive in the flame. You look a little like one of them, only much bigger. And you have an even more pronounced affinity with fire. I believe this affinity with flames is no coincidence. You are clearly a response, a weapon, and your purpose is... It is entirely possible that you are the fruit of an attempt to rebalance the forces of nature. Alas.
Talk to you later. Do you have a moment? I wanted to ask... Let's change the subject. I wanted to ask you a few things. Let's change the subject. Later. Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I spoke with Mathras. He finally agreed to talk to me about his love life.
And? What did he tell you?
Our bony friend likes... He's,
I could feel that behind his proud exterior.
He didn't go into too much detail. He's had many wives, and every time he had to watch them grow old and die.
That's...
It is. That's why it's so hard for him to talk about it.
Yes. I feel so stupid. Thank you for your help anyway.
I'd like to ask...
What do you want to know?
I've been thinking about the books. I found a building that must be the library you were talking about. I think... Shall we go?
It would be my pleasure.
How can I help you?
I'll be going now.
Hello, Vulcan.
I'm leaving.
Have you heard about...
Yeah.
Now that would be priceless.
Who do you think it could be?
I confess that at first I thought it was your pal who looks like you...
Mathras? Honestly, I don't think so.
I agree. I realized
Do you think it's one of the scribes?
it's possible. After all, it wouldn't be. But whoever the mole is has to know their way around and not be scared to go outside on their own. The most likely, whatever Commander Pointy Ears thinks, is the...
Considering the size of him, I doubt it. You know, I think we're screwed here. What do you think?
I say if the Commander really wants to attack, we better be quick about it. The only chance is...
I wanted to ask you. What do you think of this situation?
the same as I always thought. That all of this fuss has made absolutely no difference. We are in the shite. And
You don't think we have any chance of winning?
how can you ask yourself that question? Standing in front of this devastation. Either you're blind or...
The Blades who were in the city.
I hope so. I really hope so. After all, they shouldn't have been taking part in the battle. Generally...
Let's change the subject. I have to go. I have some questions I'd like to ask you.
I'm listening.
You see any unusual creatures in the Deadwalker rank?
I thought I saw a creature I never saw before. A kind of... flying creature.
That must be a tormentor, like the one in the cave. That's not good news, because
Every time I saw it, it was somewhere high up. Pretty far from the camp, fortunately. I'm listening.
have you noticed any unusual movement? People leave.
Apart from you, I also saw the human who goes around with you. The one with the strange... And I think I saw one of the mercenaries from your company, too. A really big...
Buffalo?
Maybe. He didn't give me his name. He didn't go very far. It seemed like he was looking.
Right. Well, I'll just have to go and ask him, I guess.
I'm listening.
Enemy troop movement?
Apart from the ones you so brilliantly took out. Well, there was a creature that came here, an undead as far as I could tell. He spoke and didn't seem aggressive, but I still decided to call up reinforcements. They took him to the camp for interrogation and an exact...
Did you see him leave again?
No. Why?
No, but I wanted to make sure that he didn't leave the camp. I still don't know if he can be trusted.
I'm listening.
Thank you for the information. Buffalo, I have to talk to you.
What do you want?
You were seen leaving the camp. What were you doing?
What business is that of yours? Are you spying on?
I don't have all day. Just answer me. Captain's orders.
I was just out on a little recon. I don't see how that can help you.
They told me that you were looking for someone.
Yes. The soldier was on watch just over there. He left his post, was trying to follow him, but he lost me. He knows the terrain better than I followed his tracks for a while, but considering the number of deadwalkers in the area, I decided to come back. I didn't want to give away our position.
Where did the tracks lead to?
Over toward the river, but don't bother. The guard already came back. He's just over there. You could go.
I guess that's what I'll do. Thanks for the tip.
Can I help you with something, mercenary?
I was told you left your post.
That's... no, never.
You think I'd tell you? Come on, tell me everything or you'll really be in the shit.
All right. I left, but only once. I was following your comrade, Buffalo. He went to the main gates of the city. I figured that, but I didn't dare go very far. I couldn't leave my post unguarded, you understand? And then the Deadwalkers did. In the end, he went back without a scratch and without saying a thing.
That's funny. Buffalo says you're the traitor, and that the reason he left was to find you.
He's lying. He's the one. I've heard rumors about him. Some people say he's immortal. How else can you explain that he gets out of things every time?
You're talking bullshit. I've known him for years, and believe me, I've seen his blood get spilled more than once.
Reasons? Since when have mercenaries needed any reason other than a good payoff? It said the Deadwalkers found you in the middle of a swamp. You don't find that suspicious?
You lie with every breath you take. It's time for that to stop.
Anyway, we're all going to die, today or tomorrow. What difference does it make? But I'm going to come back to life. My master promised me.
Yeah, and you'll be one more dead grunt in his army. Yeah!
I heard you caught the mole. I hope you don't think it's me anymore.
How can I help you, mercenary?
I'll be going now.
Vulcan, I hope you've got good news.
Your traitor won't be a problem anymore. The bad news is you're down another soul.
I take it you're implying it was one of our own.
The one on guard below our camp. Rest assured, he won't be telling anybody anything anymore.
I'm sorry for the false accusations made against your comrades.
I'll be going now. Hey, Buffalo. See nobody's met?
Not before.
I'm going.
all of them. Let's concentrate on anything to do with necromancy, healing, and of course anything about the World Heart. The books you have. I can't carry any more. I need to keep my hands free in case we have to fight.
Vulcan! Is that...
Head to the southeast. You'll find an entry in the support pillar. Take that passage, and then look for an opening in the cliff face.
Got it. There's another camp of prisoners over there in the west. Not any of our guys. Do you want us to give you a hand?
No. Get out of here.
See you back at the camp. Good luck.
Gonna need it.
Please help us!
Go to the support pillar in the southeast, follow it, and you'll come to a rift. Go in. The elf army is there, and they'll take...
Thank you. See you back at the camp.
That's right.
Well done, mercenary. Looks like you've been pretty effective. Raising this blockade and freeing the other tower.
Mercenary.
How are things going in...
Bah, in a way you...
I'm leaving.
I've taken a tour of the camp and it...
Huh. What do you...
Well, I'd be safer with a few dozen well-placed...
I'll take care of that as soon as I get a second. Let's change the subject. Here's all that I could find. I doubt I'll be able to find any.
Each stone that you can recover is precious. I can't thank you enough for what you've already done.
Let's change the subject. I need your expertise. Will you come with me?
Of course I will. Lead the way.
Relmar, you got...
Yes?
I have a few questions. I'm guessing this is not the...
For years now, if I was ever... I would have preferred...
This is no...
We have been...
How long have...
Nearly 7.
7 years?
Perhaps.
You seem...
Really? And if you really... But I can assure...
As far as...
Let's just... He thought... But I thought, when my people...
You
Nonetheless, if we hit it today, we... So perhaps...
Let's change the subject. Let's move on. Sybil, can I talk?
Yes?
I need your help. Come with me.
If you want.
Relmar, you...
Yes?
I built your trap. Okay, here are you.
Thank you.
I'll leave you here.
Look, rumor has it you guys got the forge equipment back from the city.
Yeah. I was asked to get what I...
So you have the famous hammer of Thor...
So it would seem, yes.
It's legendary, you know? I could work wonders for you with it.
All right. If you...
You won't agree. Right, let's go.
Get your shit packed. We're getting out of here as soon as possible. Our contract is over.
But Captain, after all we've done here...
Listen to me. We have no chance against the Deadwalker army, no matter what powers you have. And I'm not sending my company into a massacre. I didn't lead the company here to save this city. The only reason we came was to get our lads back. There was never any question of anything else.
God damn it, Captain. This is an important battle. You have to include the blades in it.
Now you listen closely, Vulcan.
I am the captain of this company. It's me who decides. You don't like it? Not my fucking problem. So either shut it, or become captain yourself. But you know what that means.
It means that I must face you in single combat. You don't leave me any choice. We have to put everything we've got into this battle.
You asked for it. I'll make it quick and painless. I always knew it would be you.
You didn't leave me any choice.
This was well done.
Let us go and seek out Prince Arundel. We must make haste to plan our attack. We have to reach an agreement on the assault we're going to launch.
Very well. Our strategy will essentially depend on you and your companions. I'll be attaching a group of soldiers to your party for support.
That's out of the question. The more of us there are, the greater the risk that we'll be noticed. I'm taking Edwin. Her knowledge and power...
I would very much like you to have someone I trust with you. And this Edwin does not seem like that person.
Huh. She'll be delighted to hear that.
I could go with you. You know that I'm stealthy and can make myself useful.
That's a pretty good compromise. With the three of us, we stand a chance. What do you say, Your Highness?
I agree. I'm counting on you, Relmar, to remember the interests of your people. The result of this battle depends on... You need to sneak into the city, get to the drawbridge, and lower it. Then you can open the gate for us. I will personally be leading our army, and I'll enter the city as soon as you've opened the gate. I think that the element of surprise and our advantage in numbers should be enough, and your help in this battle will be of inestimable value.
Excellent. If all goes according to plan, I'll be able to go to Black Frost's realm after. You can't have too many elite troops and freeborn blades on this expedition.
Are you ready for the assault? There must be neither distraction nor setback. We won't have a second chance. If you have business to deal with, you should deal with it now.
I still need a bit of time.